trying desperately to paint me as a lunatic.
It was almost like getting to know oneself.
And I will say, I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that.
When I met her, she was this tour de force.
But I did send a text message to somebody very high up who received the text message.
She never mentioned that she just probably sent them a text message.
But I did send a text message to somebody very high up who received the text message.
She did not say that she did not actually send them an official message, which she should have done in the first place. She just sent them a text message. And that is not an official statement. And she knows why she did not send an official statement, because an official statement would have required her to give real proof, real evidence of the set assassination plot on her. And she knew she had nada. And she knew that one important thing, listen carefully, filing a false report officially can put her in the crosshair of something. Listen to when she's talking about maybe that thing that she made it up, and you will see exactly why she did not file a report. That is the only time I see fear in her, because when she's talking about my assassination, Charlie's assassination, you see a grin, she's smiling, she's relaxed. She doesn't look like someone who is scared for her life. But the moment she's discussing, oh, did they think she made it up because she wanted clicks and views, because it could imply something, listen and see. Watch her, because she is slowly realizing, just like she realized while she was on air, that she did not verify the information regarding the person who was next door to her attorney's office, that she had been punked. This is her realization moment again, that oopsie, maybe I am trying to trigger something that I will not be able to stand for.
Did I report it to the White House? Of course I reported it to the White House. Did I report it to the FBI? Of course I reported it to the FBI. Did I report it to our counterterrorism unit? Of course I reported it, because I'm telling you there's paper trail, common sense. You think I'm just doing that because I'm assuming you could get a felony for making something up out of thin air like that? You can't just use United States resources to go after somebody in a plot that never existed that you did for clicks on YouTube. So what's the issue here?
What you just realized there, and what she realized by saying that she did this, do they think she did this for clicks on YouTube? Is because she just realized that her doing this for clicks on YouTube is what is going to burn and hurt her. Because she is realizing if she had dared file that report, it would have been a felony. And that is why she did not file an official report. I tell you, tell Candace Owens, she has the evidence, right? Tell her to dare go through the official channels, file that official report if she believes it. Many of her fans, some of them went through to the FBI to file reports saying that this person's life is in danger, but because they did not have the proof or anything, they couldn't go through with anything, or some of them went through. But then she has to come in and file an official report. Can someone be criminally charged for falsely claiming a foreign president ordered violence against them? In most cases, no. Not for simply saying it, which is why she ended at saying it. The US generally does not criminally charge people just for making unproven statements about foreign officials unless certain specific crimes are involved. Someone could face legal trouble only if their statements meet criteria for actual crimes, such as A1. Filing a false police report or false federal statement. The reason Candace Owens sent a text message to an FBI authority or someone high up in the FBI, like she just said, is because she knows that if she files a false police report or false federal statement, this is illegal, okay? But it only applies if the person formally reported the claim to law enforcement.
The FBI left me on red. And I will say, I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that.
Since Candace Owens reportedly did not submit an official FBI report, she just said it herself. She did not trigger this law. And she knew that if she formally sent that complaint through the FBI chain, she would have triggered that law. She would have triggered an investigation if she formally filed that complaint. And that is why they left her on what?
Well, first let me say, I did not at all hear back from the FBI.
Of course, she did not hear from the FBI because she did not file an official report, okay? Since she did not file that official report, it cannot trigger a law for them to investigate, first of all, the claim before even deciding whether it is true or false. So why is she now gaslighting and lying to her fans, saying that they did not reply, they did not say anything, as if what she did was something that required them to reply? Example, if you require someone who is in danger danger to run into a certain building for rescue, and that person is out in the street playing with flowers, do you assume they are in danger just because they are standing outside the building that is supposed to be for refuge? No, they are outside playing with flowers. They are not running into the building. You don't see them in tension. You don't see them stressed out. She was in the Dollywood having fun, the time of her life. She is on her show giggling and grinning as if nothing is happening. She looks like somebody who is having the time of her life, who just experienced a weekend of setting the world on fire, and she and her husband just toast a glass of water or champagne or whatever the drink. She says she doesn't drink alcohol a lot. So whatever she and her man drinks, they must have toasted a bottle of it while her husband smoked a cigar and hid in the corner where he always hides away from her so that he can think about the next thing he can bring for his Twitter force.
She was this tour de force.
That is why she did not. Defamation is another reason why she did not. A foreign leader could sue for defamation, but it is extremely rare. Heads of states mostly never sue private citizens. US laws gives very strong protections to free speech. Public figures face a high bar to prove actual malice. So while it is not possible, it is realistic, okay? She did not file that report because she knew that if she filed it, there will be an official investigation. Sending someone a text message is not triggering any official information. And she has said it here that she should have done an official, but you know what? That statement will fly over her fans' heads like water dropping on a duck's back, because none of them think for a second. Because even I, who is not versed with the American system and law, I knew that it could not just be that someone just says on Twitter that I am in danger and they just sit. No, there must be a way for them to find out how to get themselves safe. And it took me nothing. It took me less than 5 minutes to realize what she actually needed to do. And she wants to tell me that she has lived all 35 or 6 years of her life in the US and she does not know how to secure herself, and she is the #1 podcaster in the world, which implies that definitely there will be some kind of crazy fans who will be out there, especially given the kind of rhetoric she's out here pushing. She would definitely push a lot of people towards extremes, especially people who are not mentally fine. We have already had a case of someone who, when her committing an act of violence, wrote her in a memorandum and said she is an inspiration for that act, and he followed her on Twitter or X. So I don't know why she keeps playing as if her fans or those following her are just imbeciles. But I guess she understands that. That's why she plays in their face so easily, because it required her to just file a simple report with the FBI. But she sent them a text message. You all, before you come under my comment section to say kink, before you say pim, make sure you go tell Candace Owens to file an official FBI report, because that is the real thing. And she just said it herself. She should have filed an official FBI report. But our Twitter force is not about to file an official FBI report. Not when we have Twitter.
This tour de force.
Her husband's first characteristic when he saw this American foreign beauty, this bombastic beauty, was she's a Twitter force.
This tour de force.
Okay? And she said it, married my IQ. IQ plus Twitter force equals to Bulletin Playbook plus all the chaos. Imagine what America and the world will be going through. And they are already going through a lot because of this lady. So why would someone not file an official report with the FBI? Here are a few reasons for those of you who are still wondering. Now, to be fair, if you have no evidence, you cannot file an FBI report. But she has claimed, if she did not claim that she did not have any evidence, we will not be saying that, okay, girl, you have to file that report. Because definitely to file that report, you require showing the evidence. And that evidence does not require that you show them saying in a video that, oh, we are going to kill the candy. No. If she has the report, the official tipster or whoever sent her that tip and say, okay, this is what is going on, she can take it to the FBI and say, hey, this is the situation. If the person feels unsure about the claim, I'm sure she feels unsure about that claim, which is why she has not filed it. Or if in the moment that person is exaggerating it, maybe it's just some crazy person who sent her a crazy mail and she's now taking it to become the French president, because why not just tie the French president into it and tie it to Charlie Kirk's assassination and tie it all around you so that it can be about me. I will want us to do a contest between Candace Owens and Meghan Markle, and the subject matter is me, and I want to see which of them will go pro max on it, because both of these ladies, they know how to drag everything to mean only them. So some people avoid filing those official reports because they know that if they are wrong, they don't want the legal consequences of it. And this reason number 2 why you not file a legal complaint is because social media is easier. And to be fair with her, if she thought she had a real threat on her life, but she couldn't have the real evidence to prove it, yes, she could have done the social media thing. But this is where you take someone who is serious from another person who is not serious. Because besides coming to social media to complain and document it, she would have had to do a few things. Provide even the slightest way of protecting herself, documentation, or avoid interviews, okay? Providing any means of indicating, okay, this is the situation. Now, another thing she should have done as somebody who is taking her life serious is avoid posting on social media to make sure that she keeps herself safe. X has already been made in a way that wherever you post or whatever, it shows your location or something like that. Doesn't she think it was rather wise for her to have stayed home or avoided or find a location that is secure for her and her family and avoid all of this drama? Do you think if you're a mother of 4 kids, 4 beautiful kids you pushed 4 beautiful times, you will be playing this kind of reckless games if you think your life was truly in danger? Because if someone wants to hurt you, they don't try to hurt you, they hurt your loved ones. You think someone, a mother of 4, will be playing this kind of dangerous games if she actually thought her life was at risk? I'm asking you all. And some people will avoid the public attention, okay? Avoid it. Yes, she can come online and talk about it so that she makes the public aware of it, to also tell her supporters about it, and also to control the narrative. But then, after making such a claim and knowing your life is truly in danger, there are things you have to ensure so that you know that you are okay. Make sure that you keep yourself safe, not roaming around the streets of Dollywood or wherever she was, where people were taking selfies with her. That's not someone who really fears for her life. Not having a full-blown podcast in less than a week. She was not out scared. No, she was not. And not coming here to challenge them and tell them why they did not contact her.
And this is what we do every week, right? We're hamsters on a wheel. And so we're back to that again, right? People saying that I made it up. But what did the French couple do? That's what matters. It's now been a full week since I made that announcement. And here is the official response issued by the Élysée Palace. Nothing. I want you to bear in mind that this was front page global news from the United States to Russia.
Let me tell you the real reason why Candace Owens posted that thing on Twitter, and she said it in her show, but unfortunately, it will slide over so many of her followers' minds. It is because of the views. Oh, you think I'm lying? Good. There we go.
I want you to bear in mind that this was front page global news from the United States to Russia. A claim which has gone viral. When I say viral, I mean just the tweet alone had over 100,000 retweets and 45 million impressions on X alone, okay?
This tour de force.
The next reason why she dropped it is because she was baiting the Macrons, baiting the White House, because they have been ignoring her for a while. And she said it even on her show. She didn't like the fact that they ignored her.
Now, if you are, in fact, currently at this moment, the first man of France, that would be Brigitte Macron, and you are currently suing a podcaster in America named Candace Owens for defamation, for telling the truth, right? And the story that you are trying to sell to the public is that you were really deep down in your heart, you really believe that you are a woman and Candace is just crazy and desperate for clicks and willing to defame you for money. Then Candace Owens publicly proclaiming and accusing you of something directly implicated in her assassination.
Honey, what she does is exactly the method she used in the first one. Legal methods, legal channels. Sue you, dummy. Why would she respond to you on the social media where she knows you are baiting her for clicks, views, and money? Sometimes she explains the truth in her explanation, but what am I talking about? They will never, ever get it, because at this moment, they are in tune to every cuckoo she releases. It doesn't matter how stupid, how nonsensical it sounds, they will eat it up like it's turkey on Thanksgiving. And you know what? We're here for it.
This would be your unique opportunity as the French first man to prove your case about Candace to the public, right? In the court of public opinion. This would be your time to slam dunk.
Unfortunately, many social media influencers have made it so much that many people think that cases of legality are now sorted on social media. Many individuals now solve their financial, legal, and other formal problems on social media, which has made a generation that feels or believes that things like that should be sorted on social media. No, honey, it's not a case of social media court. It's a case of the legal, formal system. Go by it and stop trying to dismiss that lawsuit. You begged for it. It is on your front porch and we want you to face that music, honey. Stop running. Stop running, Candy.
So using that logic, wouldn't this be the opportunity, if you're the French couple, to come out and to prove your point, to make a stunning and a swift statement, right?
She is so delusional that she would tell her fans that it's not only about them. She wants them not only to make a statement, she will go about even giving them the kind of statements they should make. I think that Candy Baby feels that because George Farmer gives her the statements she makes on X as the X queen that she is to her husband, she believes that she can also now redirect some of the messages George is sending to her to the First Lady of France and her husband to make a statement on social media when she comes and defames them on murder. Like it's no man's business. She lives in Cuckooland, Candyland, yeah.
We are shocked by the accusation. Of course, never in a million years. Oh, we told you guys, this is just for clicks, it's for money. This is beyond anything we've ever heard. I hope Candace gets well soon. That would be what I would say you should do if I'm advising you from a PR standpoint.
And if that is the advice you will be giving anyone for PR or from a PR standpoint, anyone who still receives advice from you, you know where you are, right? Yeah, you're digging your own grave with your own hands.
Dollars in legal fees, investigative fees, and PR fees in a country on the other side of the Atlantic, trying desperately to paint me as a lunatic, and I give you the opportunity to spike the ball to prove that I'm a lunatic, and you don't do it?
Thing that did, honey, in a very classy way, but you will not recognize it because you're used to a lot of Twitter chaos. In the words of your husband, Twitter force. But what do I know? I'm just a 2,000 follower guy. So let's leave it to the millionaire follower people, yeah?
No, they didn't do it, did they? If you've been paying attention, they did not do it.
Went as far as robbing in the Tyler Robinson lawyer.
But what did the French couple do? That's what matters. It's now been a full week since I made that announcement. And here is the official response issued by the Élysée Palace. Nothing. Nothing. I want you to bear in mind that this was front page global news from the United States to Russia.
And I want you to bear in mind that this is one of the only few times when she was on her podcast when she showed real anger. And her anger is not that they were trying to hurt her. No, when she was talking about the assassination claims on her or on Charlie, she was grinning, she was smiling, she was in love with the idea. But when she was talking about the ignoring of her, how they ignored her, left her on red, crickets everywhere, look at her face. She is pissed. She hates it. She doesn't like that. She baited and they ignored her. Me. Meghan, I think you have someone who is going to give you a run for your money. And I said to myself, if I am Tyler Robinson's lawyer and I know for a fact that you know who did this act, who hurt Charlie, and it is not my client, wouldn't I run to you to get that evidence? The only two logical reasons is either I am working to hurt my client, which I don't think any lawyer does that. Lawyers are supposed to fight for their clients, right? Or it is because I don't take you serious. I don't want to damage the case. Person running this case has put a gag order on a lot of people. I heard there were over 1,000 people, which implies even the lawyer who is representing Tyler Robinson is under that gag order. No, you want him to ruin his professional career the way you decided to ruin yours by staking your entire professional career on a claim you had no real tangible evidence for. I'm not saying there are no suspicious things about the Macrons. There are. I have a lot of things I am really pissed about. First of all, a 39-year-old woman going after a 15-year-old child will always and always be a bingo fat red bombing alarm. I don't care about all the Meghan R. Kellys in the world who want to tell us that an adult going after a 15-year-old is okay. That is wrong. But then if you're making that bold claim that this woman was a man, and also that probably there are some alleged links of family, so it means that there is some incest going around and all that kind of thing linked to this and that, honey, make sure you have the real backings for it. But you had no backings for all of these claims, and you have been out here screaming, calling the Macrons every 2 to 3 minutes. And that's why they kept amending their lawsuit. The Macrons have amended their lawsuit. If you've not seen the docket, I did a video just 2 or 3 days back reading the full case docket, how many times they've amended that lawsuit, plus the final whatever this motion to dismiss Candace Owens had, which all of it was about crying about how Delaware. But when she was online playing tough, playing big girl, she did not remember that it was filed in Delaware. Suddenly she's in her lawsuit crying about how it is because it's filed in Delaware. That's why she doesn't want to go forward. She wants it to be dismissed. But when you were out there playing big girl, you said you knew for a fact that the woman is a man. You knew for a fact you could stake your entire professional career that the fact that now suddenly her lawyers are now writing, it's just an investigative journalist in her basement producing an opinion base, but that woman never said opinion base. Go read those things before you come and complain. But the unfortunate thing is this, most of the people who follow her don't check anything. It's the same like when the Macrons came and said they were to present scientific evidence that Macron is in fact or indeed a woman. She came to her show and lied. The article was there saying that they are two.
Federal operation out of nowhere. Brigitte Macron just lies. I don't even know how they got this in the press. This is so dumb. Brigitte Macron comes out and says they have offered scientific evidence to the U.S. court to prove that Brigitte is a woman. That's what her lawyer says. Well, the lawyer's a liar because we haven't even started this case yet.
I don't know. She keeps claiming she understands English, but I am not American. People like to make fun of my English, but I understand that to present, we are going to present means that we will present it in future, not that we have presented. She came to her show and said, oh, the Macrons out of nowhere came and lied that they have presented the scientific evidence. The case even hasn't started. Ma'am, she knew that most of her followers will not go to check the document, to check the newspaper, to check whatever that thing was that she said. She referred the BBC article there, but she did not even care to read it. It's the same like she keeps claiming that the Macrons are not suing her for saying that Brigitte changed from woman to man to woman. Meanwhile, that is one of the things they are complaining about. But she will come and lie in front of her people, and most of them don't care to check the documents to see, okay, what is going on here? They only listen to her, and if she tells them, listen, green leaves are now brown, they'll say, yes, queen. If your name is Joseph, you are now James, you say, yes, queen. Because Candace said it. No need checking my birth certificate. No need checking my identity. No need asking my mama. Mama, what name you gave me? No, Candace said it's James. It's no longer Joseph. And that is gospel. For the second and third part of this video, or for the full video, just click the link in the description box or the link in the comment section. See you there.